Williams 820 May the 1st. This one was James Batchelor 831 on May the 1st. So the previous story, used car market shows signs of stability as vehicles sell at fastest speeds of the year. So they're selling at the fastest speeds of the year, but going down. Again, because car dealers are so stupid that when cars are selling really fast, they don't try and maximize the profit, they put them down so that they lose more money. Used cars sell faster as dealer stocks grow in April. Second-hand prices up 0.8% to 17,541, in line with monthly averages since last October. Vehicles averaged 28 days on forecourts, the fastest sales so far this year. The used car market is showing signs of much needed stability as May gets underway, with prices growing by less than 1% last month. That is according to fresh data from Motors, which has been analysing current trends as part of its latest Market View research. The firm found the average price of a used car was £17,541 in the fourth month of the year, up 0.8% on March. The figures also represented a rise of £154, 0.9%, compared to the same point last year. Wow! According to Motors data, used car prices have now averaged more than £175,000 since October last year. Methinks car dealer might want to get another proofreader, says he who makes mistakes all the time. The biggest price rises last month came at independent dealers, where the average price of a used car rose by £98 to £12,853, largely driven by a 2% rise in the price of vehicles aged over 10 years. No, I'm sorry, experts. Largely driven by a 2% rise in the price of vehicles aged over 10 years. Now, I would believe that. Just my experience, I would believe that. Because finding a good car over 10 years old, once you've got it and it's a nice car, that car is going up. So let's just go back to this one. Vehicles aged 10 years and older dropped the most in value, 2.1% or £100, with this type of stock now proving to be the most difficult to sell. So in CAP have put these vehicles down, but the dealers have put them up. Who do you think knows best? Elsewhere, prices at franchise sites were down £32 to £23,602, and car supermarkets were up £39 to £16,794. When it came to electric cars, EVs cost an average of £23,849, meaning they track below hybrids, £24,820 for the third month in a row. So EVs cost more than hybrids. But because hybrids have a ICE engine in them, they're holding the price better. So they're worth nearly £1,000 more. They'll cost thousands less, but second-hand they're worth £1,000 more for the third month in a row. Meanwhile, dealers also enjoyed their fastest sales of the year, with days to sell improving from 30 days in March to 28 days in April. Car supermarkets led the way, with stock selling an average of just 20 days, closely followed by franchise dealers at 22 days. Independents lagged behind on 47 days, but this was still the segment's best result of the year so far. Why do you think it takes independents over twice as long to sell cars as it does franchise dealers and car supermarkets? I don't get it. I really don't. The fastest selling used car in April was the Ford Puma. The fastest selling used car in April was the Ford Puma. And the Ford Puma, same day, a minute apart, and the Ford Puma minus 2.2%, 285, being the most significant movers. But on this one, the Ford Puma is the most significant. The fastest selling used car in April was the Ford Puma. With petrol models under 6 months old. So not a used car then. That's a new car. Nobody buys a new car and then part exchanges it for another one within 6 months. So it's a new car that's been pre-registered and sold off cheap. It's not a used car, is it? Tell me, please tell me if you think that is an actual used car. A car that cost the dealer the same amount as a brand new one and he sold it cheaper. A lot cheaper. It's never been owned by anybody before. So if it's not had any owners, real owners, it's a new car, isn't it? Just listen to this shite. The fastest selling used car in April was the Ford Puma, with petrol models under 6 months old spending less than a week in stock, 6 days. So it's a used car less than 6 months old. It comes into stock, or it's advertised, and then it sells within 6 days. Why didn't it sell when it was brand new? Why didn't it sell any time before then? Why does it get to 6 months old and then sell in 6 days? Do you think, this is just me thinking out loud. Do you think that the Ford dealers could be getting a bonus to shift them? So when a customer comes in, they do them a deal and just say to the customer, look, Mr. Customer, Ford have given us a bonus and I can do you a better deal if you allow me to register it in the company name and then sell it to you. So it'll have one owner, but it'll be a lot cheaper. It'll show us one owner, but it'll be a lot cheaper. You know yourself, nobody else has driven it because it's delivery mileage. But it allows us then to crow about having the best selling used car that sells in 6 days. We'll register it in our name, and then by the time our sales administrator gets round to putting your details on the logbook and registering it with the DVLA, it'll be about 6 days. And then Motors will pick up that this used car, 0 to 6 months old, will sell in 6 days. Oh, I know. It's just the way the job is. Little wins. Well, the most viewed listings on Motors were for cars priced between £10,000 and £14,999. Overall, dealer stock levels averaged 50 vehicles in April, an increase of 5% from March and unchanged from this time last year. Franchise dealers saw the biggest uplift with part exchanges generated by the introduction of the 25 plate. And again, I'd question that. If you pre-register all your vehicles, all your new vehicles, and don't actually sell them to anybody, then parts exchanges don't come in. Increasing inventories by 11% from 55 to 61 units month on month. Car supermarket stocks increased from 142 to 149 units, and independents were up from 37 to 38 units. Petrol continues to account for half of all cars listed on Motors, virtually unchanged year on year, while diesels dipped from 35% to 33%. Hybrids and EVs both grew their market share by 2 percentage points to 10% and 7% respectively. So really, depending on the hybrids, there's another 10% to either go, well, we'll say petrol. We'll say that they had another 5% really, and diesels had another 5%, because we all know hybrids aren't electric vehicles. Commenting on the data, Lucy Tugby, Marketing Director of Motors, said, April saw a continuation of the trends we have now been tracking for several months, with dealers benefiting from market stability and strong prices. Although the late Easter break and school holidays inevitably took some used car buyers out of the market, dealers remained active online and were rewarded by the fastest sales of the year so far. The processing of part exchanges and defleets from the company car and leasing sectors, triggered by March plate change, saw franchise dealers and car supermarkets increase their stock levels, which we expect to generate plenty of online marketing activity over the coming weeks. Right, price stability. Used car market shows signs of stability as vehicles sell at fastest speeds of the year. When looking at Jaguars, which are bombing, Jaguar iPace, absolute bombing. Let's just see how many electric cars we've got. We're just over 35. We were nearly at 36,000 the other day. So they've made there's been a net movement. Jaguar, iPace, search 997 cars. Let's go to filter. We'll do recent. Oh no, actually, we'll do relevance. We'll do relevance and just let's see what happens on Auto Trader's relevance. Mileage. So there's 129 cars with less than 100 miles on. I just want you to see Auto Trader's relevance because I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm sick of it. It's got to a stage now where it's tiresome and it just destroys your will to search for a car that you're actually looking for. And I'll show you why. I've only just come onto this page, but I'll use this, which is the first car on the list. It's the first example. It's the relevance that Auto Trader think that you should see when you're searching for a used Jaguar I-Pace. The first one, over 30,000 savings from new. Well, to be honest, it's nearly 40,000 because it says savings £37,661. The car's 39,844. But thanks to our friends at AT Price Tracker, if you didn't have this information, if I didn't have this information, I'd be none the wiser. But I am, because on the 24th of the 4th, probably round about when, say, certain dealers report to cap on the used car pricing. On the 20th of the 3rd, it was 44,844. Then they put it down to 39,844 on the 23rd of the 4th, a month later. They've had it a month, it's not gone anywhere. They've dropped it £5,000. They know they're in trouble. There's a load of these vehicles and there's more and more coming onto the market. Your guess is good as mine where they come from. But they just arrive on the market in different places. When the Jaguar dealers get sick of taking them, I dare say you'll see them on Hippo's forecourt and at any other used car supermarket that they can tuck up. But on the 24th of the 4th, 2025, AT Price Tracker shows that they put it up. To 44,844. Report sent. I'm only guessing. I could be wrong. And the same day, the 24th of the 4th, 2025, they've knocked it down by £5,000. Why would you do that? The same day? Could it be? Report filled out. Send the report. Right, put the cars back down now. They'll think prices are stabilising. We've got them. But yeah, stabilising. So, 25th of the 4th, that one's gone down. What, 3,200? Been reduced. That's down 8,500. Down £5,000. But you'll see this one. You see the one that's down £5,000? This is the first 4 results. There you go. Now that's only got 28 photos. That's got 45 photos. Both at Bolton, both done 10 miles. Now look, Now which one's that? That's the 45 one. So that's that one again. So that's an ad. And then on the next page, it's showing us a normal advert. That one's on 21. Where's that? That's at Leeds, look. But you know what they've all got in common? They're different cars, but they all went up £5,000 on the 24th of the 4th, 2025. Look at that one. That's the 45 picture one. There. So it's there. And then it's here on the next page. And then next to it, the 21. So that's, oh no, that's a different one. That's only got 21 photos. But again, so that's a different car too. But again, on the 24th, it went up £5,000 and then went down £5,000. Oh look, 45. 45. They look like different pictures. Bolton, up £5,000. Mm-hmm. 45 pictures, up £5,000. There we go. Another one, silver one, up £5,000. These all seem to be at, you know, the same sort of dealer group. Up £5,000. Up £5,000. Up £5,000. These are just, you know, these are just in a few pages. Up £5,000. Up £5,000. Up £5,000. Up £5,000. Put down the same day. Again, same. Next line. Auto Trader, for goodness sake, your adverts, you are going down the Swanee. You're absolutely going down the Swanee. I got a notification this morning on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can find it. There we go, LinkedIn. Join us for the online launch of the Carbon Literacy Digital and Tech Sector Toolkit. We've launched this in partnership with Manchester Digital, which enables organisations in the digital and tech sectors to implement solutions to reduce carbon and generate a low carbon culture. How about this? You advertise cars, ones that are actually for sale, with pictures, not duplicated all over the place, not an ad every 2 lines for the same vehicle, making your customers and dealers get sick to death of looking at Auto Trader. Get sick to death of doing the research on Auto Trader. Get rid of your banners, because they mean nothing. They're just an embarrassment for you, really, because they're so far out. It's you who are helping cause catastrophic depreciation. You aren't doing anybody favours. Carbon literacy. Training can create a cultural shift within organisations by educating staff on emissions reduction and inspiring positive action to decarbonise. Look at this. There you go. 3 all next to each other. Same vehicles. Same vehicles. What a joke. What a joke. No, well, let's have a look at the Ford Puma. We'll have a look at the Ford Puma. These vehicles that are dropping the most on Auto Trader, but selling fastest, 0 to 6 months old. Go back to model. Puma. We know it's 6 months old, so I'll put (2024). There's only 9. So these vehicles that are selling the fastest, Ford Pumas, 1.5T EcoBoost, selling in less than a week, 6 days. Let's see again. There's 9. Let's just go to, we're on Relevance there, so we'll go to most recent, search 9 cars and just go to the bottom. We've put in Ford Puma and so on, 2024 to 2025, but Auto Trader's artificial intelligence. Let's just show him a Volkswagen Tego. Just in case. Because he needs educating, he doesn't know what he wants. Ford Puma here listed 22nd of 4th, 2025. Well, that's over 7 days ago anyway, isn't it? They've not even taken photographs yet. And that's an ad. Because again, Auto Trader, you know, ad. I may also like, even though I've put Ford Puma in, I may also like a Kia Stonic. Here, Baz, have a look at this Kia Stonic. I know you put Ford Puma in, but have a look at this one. This one here, that was listed on the 1st of the 4th, 2025. This one's a 2025 69 reg. Right, 2025 69, so vehicle registered 26th of the 2nd, 2020, and it's showing up in a search for 2024 to 2025 cars. This one, 2nd of 4th, 2025. That's a 2024-24, first listed on the 2nd of the 4th, 2025. They've dropped it £650. That one there, they've dropped that one 500 quid. That's dropped £202. Don't take any notice of these statistics or any of these stories. They're just a waste of time being printed. Absolute waste of time. Anything that says experts, they may as well say this is a load of rubbish. They may as well say this is a load of rubbish. We know it's a load of rubbish. ChatGPT's written it and it's chucked experts in, which it always does. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.